Legendary February is coming to NBC February 7th. KUAM News headlines are presented by Calvo's Insurance, protecting Micronesia for 85 years. Matson and the Adai Itano program. Apply at matson.com and McDonald's of Guam. I'm loving it.
On KUAM News Primetime. We continue our coverage of the discussion between education and island leaders on a recent independent management audit involving the GEB. I'm Destiny Cruz-Langus with more tonight.
Property owners left in the dark for weeks over late tax bills, prompting legislative scrutiny and for the governor to take action. I'm Mitsuki Hirayama with a delay next.
2 new Chamorro children's books by the Guam Bus are helping families turn everyday moments into opportunities for language learning and revival. I'm Nevaeh Anderson with the story coming up.
Hafide and good evening, everybody, from the KUAM studios in Harmon. This is KUAM News Primetime, and I'm Jason Salas. Thanks so much for tuning in. Well, we're going to continue our coverage from the fallout from GDOE's management audit as your elected lawmakers now turn their attention to the agency's newly acting superintendent. It's Destiny Cruz-Langus with tonight's top story.
After hearing from the Guam Education Board on the findings of an independent management audit scrutinizing its conduct, Senator Chris Barnett turning the question of accountability to the new acting superintendent of the Guam Department of Education, Dr. Judy Wanpat.
I know you spent a lot of time in education. I'm hoping that you don't dismiss this concern, which has been brought up not just to the auditors, but by many employees across the department. So how do you plan to address those specific critical findings and high priority recommendations relative to the Board of Education members overstepping their bounds as reported in the management audit?
During her testimony at Wednesday's oversight hearing, Wanpat stating the report will be reviewed to identify areas that align with the department's strategic plan, adding that those areas will be further evaluated and action will be taken, with the board's commitment to fully support the management team. Barnett also pointing to what he describes as a 180 between the board's relationship with Wanpat and its past interactions with the department's former superintendent, questioning whether that closeness could result in a reluctance to address audit findings involving the board.
And very upfront is that if, yes, I feel that they're micromanaging, I will definitely let them know personally that they are. Or they're nearing, micromanaging. So I feel comfortable doing that.
Wanpat acknowledging that public trust in the department has been eroded, but said there is a strong desire to rebuild that trust through greater transparency and accountability.
We all agree that, yes, all the issues that were brought there and should, if they are valid, definitely, something that we want to look at. We're not going to ignore it. But I do know for a fact, too, whenever you do some type of interviews, as a former school administrator, I hear rumors, but I always believe in listening to all sides of the story and finding, then validate. That's what we always say. Sure, somebody would tell you this is the case, you may trust it, but validate it. And that's exactly what it is we want to do.
Meantime, Wanpat also stating she believes all boards should undergo training, adding that regardless of whether the audit is accepted or rejected, the department will review its findings and use them moving forward. Destiny Cruz-Langus, KUAM News.
Elsewhere on island, many Guam property owners continue to wait on their 2025 real property tax bills as a technical delay at the Department of Revenue and Taxation has prompted legislative scrutiny and now action from your governor. Matsuki Hirayama explains in this next report.
For weeks, property owners across Guam have been left wondering why their 2025 real property tax bills never arrived. Typically mailed by mid-December, the statements are now nearly 2 months late with no firm mailing date announced. The Department of Revenue and Taxation blames a technical issue with its real property tax assessment and billing software, but Senator Chris Dueñas says the issue was made worse by a lack of communication. Earlier this week, Dueñas, who oversees finance and government operations, sent a letter to DRT Director Marie Lazama calling for immediate public notice and protections for taxpayers. He says his office was flooded with calls from residents who had no information and no timeline, despite the department knowing ahead of time the bills would be delayed.
We got just kept getting an overwhelming amount of calls. So, but the biggest concern, of course, was letting the public know so that they, understand what's going on and take away some of that anxiety. The property is an important thing, and they don't want to pay the penalties and the, fees associated with it.
Dueñas warned that many families live paycheck to paycheck, and a delayed billing cycle can disrupt budgeting if payments are later due on a shortened timeline. Following his letter, the governor directed DRT to waive penalties and interest and extend the deadline for full payment.
It's really taken a weight off people's back and alleviated them from inconvenience. So many people I've met in the last couple of days, said thank you for doing that, because we can't get in on the phone to ask questions, and we were going to go up there, and you saved us time. And
DRT says before bills can be mailed, the 2025 tax roll must first be certified by the Board of Equalization. Officials hope that will happen within the next few weeks. Meanwhile, Dueñas says he'll get to the bottom of the issue during an upcoming oversight hearing, raising concerns that the delay could be tied to late vendor payments, a claim not yet verified.
I've been getting some information that actually they may be behind on vendor payables on this issue with the software, and they may have not renewed some of their contracts and subscriptions. So I think that's the biggest thing, to make sure that this is something that wasn't beyond their control.
KUAM reached out to DRT for comment. For now, Reventax is advising property owners to wait for their official billing statements and says additional public notices will be issued. Matsuki Hirayama, KUAM News.
Now, Matsuki does also add that Reventax Executive Director maintains that the delay is due to a technical issue. She says, quote, "We recognize that the issue has greatly impacted property owners who rely on timely invoices for budgeting and payment planning purposes, and they do apologize for the inconvenience that it has caused." Well, after the possible closure of Guam senior centers raised alarms for family and our beloved Manumco, nearly 3 months later, questions remain about funding and long-term stability. Now, you might recall the funding shortfalls that initially put these centers at risk of closing back in December of 2025, because at the time, Join G. Arcero, the executive director of the Mayor's Council of Guam, stated that funding for the island's 12 senior centers would only last until mid-November unless additional funding could be confirmed by the Department of Public Health and Social Services. Delays for that funding were due to a dispute between the two agencies that then caused a brief pause in operations of a handful of centers in December. The closure of the centers meant no meals, no transportation, or no activities, but the dispute was fully resolved and senior centers reopened the next day. No major permanent shifts were reported at the time, and the Mayor's Council received partial funding, $70,000 out of their $1.4 million request, with the remaining money expected by March for continued operation. And on Wednesday, the members of the island's 19 different municipalities met and debated over an update on the status of the project.
MCOG recently met with representatives from DPHSS on January 27th regarding matters from the December 4th meeting that was brought up by you mayors. We are awaiting a response, which was anticipated to be received here by my office February 3rd.
As of Thursday, Arceo stated communications from Public Health to the Mayor's Council remains pending. Now, some of the items the Mayor's Council requested information from the agency include funding for repair and maintenance, limited transportation services for participants, clarifying bingo activities program monies, and the remaining funding for the Senior Center Operation Program amounting to some $738,000. Well, we are just getting started, everybody. Please stay tuned because Primetime will continue right here on KUAM.
It's a new year, Guam, so let's start with Start strong. Gear up with fitness equipment and fresh workout apparel. Fuel with wellness essentials, sugar-free options, protein, vitamins, and more. Organize and clear the clutter with easy storage solutions and cleaning essentials. And refresh your living space with new furniture and decor for your home. New year, new me. Your reset starts at Kmart Guam.
Now it pays to spread the Better Together experience. With our brand new referral program, you can earn up to $150 in account credits for every referral you bring in. That's right, family, neighbors, friends, even your coworkers. Just pass them your account name and account number. When they sign up for Docomo Pacific service and drop your info, cha-ching! Credit applied. So spread the word and start stacking those savings. Additional conditions may apply. Docomo Pacific, we're better together.
Welcome back to Primetime, everybody. Let's talk about some cultural news now, as the Guam Bus, a creative collection on a mission to revitalize the Chamorro language and empower our native people, are releasing a pair of new books centered on connecting learning to daily life and building language foundations at any age. Nevaeh Anderson brings you the story from the Guam Museum.
It's been said that the best way to become fluent in a language is to start learning when you're young. But here on Guam, many families have embraced a different truth, that it's never too late to learn, and that language revitalization is at its strongest when it's done together. The Guam Bus is launching 2 new bilingual Chamorro children's books that root language learning in everyday life, from play and family time to letters and simple sentences. Dr. Michael Lujan Bivacqua, co-founder of the Guam Bus and author.
Some people learn really nicely, learn really well in a classroom, but if you have a busy life, if you've got lots of things going on, then the more that you can connect it to your experiences, your likes, your joys, your family, the rhythm of your life, the faster you learn.
The first book, Ilinat Lalulai, follows the day in the life of a little girl, from waking up to helping at home, using simple sentences that make grammar and structure easy to grasp for both children and adults.
And so Ilinat Lalulai is a great just way to get started for you as a learner, but also for your child to be introduced to Chamorro in a way which hopefully connects to their own life.
The second book, Ileplon Alfabetu Ginanas Makana, grew from community requests for a Chamorro alphabet book, paired with a pronunciation guide.
So we made a book that has the Chamorro alphabet, and every letter of the Chamorro alphabet is a different vocabulary word.
Both books are also a family collaboration, written by Bivacqua, featuring his children, and illustrated by their oldest sibling, Sumahi, making intergenerational learning part of the story itself.
But it's really all about taking Chamorro language, culture, and history, and finding ways to put it into books, into games, into social media videos, so that it's accessible, so that it can help teach, it can help pass things on to the next generation.
For Bivacqua, this work is personal. He learned Chamorro as an adult and promised to raise his children speaking the language, strengthening their confidence in their identity and their voices. In releasing these works, he recognizes that same desire to preserve the Chamorro language in other parents and creates a space for them to grow together.
We can just complain the language is dying and say young people are lazy. Basta, no. Help those that want to be helped. Create the resources, create the possibilities. But you start with books like this to create a strong foundation to where you share. You're sharing just a family space with the language.
The official launch of Ilinat Lalulai and Ileplon Alfabetu Ginanas Makana takes place tomorrow, Saturday, February 7th at the Guam Museum from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. with chessa, family activities, and a chance to meet the authors and the artists. Nevaeh Anderson, KUAM News.
Well, there is a premier fan event leading up to Super Bowl 60 that's full of exhibits, interactive games, and NFL player experiences. Nick Delgado was able to attend the 2026 Super Bowl experience and has this report.
Half a day, I'm Nick Delgado coming to you from the Bay Area. We're in downtown San Francisco at the Moscone Center to bring you a look inside the NFL fan experience. Let's check it out. that'll do it for your inside look at the NFL fan experience this year in Super Bowl 60. Hope to see you at the next one. For now, I'm Nick Delgado. Enjoy the game.
And while many are going to watch the Pats and the Seahawks, there will be many tuned into the halftime show, Who is Bad Bunny, who promises fun, and you don't have to learn Spanish or know how to dance to enjoy the party.
Half a day, I'm Claire Calvo with Weekly Renewal. Bad Bunny said we need to dance. So we're here at KUAM, me and my friends, and that's what we're going to do.
Zumba.
What are some key tips for people who've never done
Just
this type of
have
dance
fun.
before?
Number 1, have fun. Number 2, 3 steps for the salsa. The way I remember with salsa, it's 3 steps, whereas cha-cha is 4. You know, it's 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2. Whereas, and then merengue is 2. So merengue 2 steps, salsa 3 step, cha-cha 4 step. Hope y'all enjoy Bad Bunny Super Bowl this Sunday, Monday on Guam.
There's no better dance than the one that can come from the heart. The the heartbeat dance. That's the only thing that they need to worry about and have fun and enjoy it. And of course, choose your team at the game.
Now for a look at your world at home.
Guam has truly beautiful birds, and here is a beautiful kak-kak enjoying the sunshine over in Mongmong.
Don't need a work break, keep the smile on your face. The moments you can't replace, and I'll be around. Whoa. You can count on me. You can count on me for life.
Wherever life takes you, we're always here for you. Calvo's Insurance. Count on us for life.
Wesley kicks out. Simon, big 3. Oh, baby! Wesley kicks out. Simon, big three. Oh, baby!
I'm just gonna test it to see if it's spicy.
Oh yeah,
I think we got this, Guam.
Foodie Call is served fresh, presented by Pepsi. Lunch, better with Pepsi.
Half a day, guys. In commemoration of National Chopstick Day, we're taking a look back to Shaylee and I's trip to Ma's Kitchen. Half a day, guys. Welcome back to another edition of Foodie Call. Today, me and Shay were strolling into Muning to check out Ma's Kitchen. And boy, do we have a spread for us today.
Oh, yeah.
So today, we're trying out two of their banh mi's, which one's a ribeye, one's chicken.
We got oxtail pho, spicy pho.
And of course, the lumpia spring roll.
A classic. So I'm gonna be trying out the ribeye banh mi.
And I'm gonna try out the chicken.
All right, so this one has ribeye, their homemade mayo, jalapenos, cucumbers, shredded carrots, and cilantro.
Wow.
I love the marination on the ribeye. Cheers! Ooh. Did you hear that crunch? Perfectly fried. This is a classic in any Vietnamese restaurant.
Yeah, you have to get
And
it.
Ma's Kitchen is really good. Before we go to the next stuff, let's take a little Pepsi break.
Cheers.
Because pho is always better with Pepsi. Ooh. Wow. Crisp. Beef shank
and brisket.
And brisket.
Wow, I'm gonna get some of that brisket.
I'm gonna get some of that broth. All right, Kobe. Or you're eating it soup style. I'm eating it just the noodles.
Cheers. Wow. Now,
And the big boy.
big boy.
The big boy.
Wow.
Ooh.
Look at that bone in there, Shay.
That is a big bone.
I love oxtail.
Ooh. Please, please.
Stealing this. Rough.
Look at that big bone.
Oh my god, Shay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That is
get
fall
it.
off the bone right there. Yes.
That broth is like the perfect amount of salty.
Well, guys, that wraps up another edition of Foodie Call. Thank you to Pepsi for sponsoring the segment, and thank you to our friends at Ma's Kitchen for taking care of us.
Oh yeah, we definitely were taken care of today. Be sure to come check out Ma's Kitchen in Tamuning from Monday to Saturday, 11 to 2:30, and 5 to 8:30, and they're closed on Sundays. And we'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Foodie Call is served fresh, presented by Pepsi. Lunch, better with Pepsi.
News Bites is brought to you by Docomo Pacific, Better Together, and Fresh Food Clothing, original custom design apparel of Guam and the Marianas.
As we roll into the last weekend of the NFL season, we got some wonderful events for you. First up, this golf fundraiser, because it is for Fat Tuesday. It is at Country Club of the Pacific, and it is $250 for a team of two, and it is $125 for if you want to play solo. Make sure to go down there, make support, because the My Fair Lady Committee is presenting this. Wonderful, wonderful work by our former First Lady. All right, speaking of Fat Tuesday, that leads right into Mardi Gras, and tomorrow the Guam Women's Club is having their Glam Rock and Funk Fest celebration. This is going to be crazy. Big hair all over the place, and beads, and colors, and Mardi Gras, and Cajun food. That's going to be incredible. All right, the Guam Women's Chamber of Commerce is having their meeting coming up, so if you are a member, please make sure to show up. If you're not, please consider running. The topic is leading with integrity and influence. They've done this before, and this is very, very worthwhile. It's hard to lead. It's hard to lead with a clear conscience. It's even harder to lead with a clear conscience. And they got some wonderful speakers. Make sure to participate in that. And then the NFL Game of the Week is the last one. What else could it be, everybody? Right? Super Bowl 60, 9 a.m. kickoff, 3 a.m. pre-show. The pre-show is crazy. The pre-show is like 3 times the length of the game because I got a whole bunch of stuff. It's going to be hype. You got Sam Darnold. You got Drake May. You got the Patriots. You got the Seahawks. Guam kind of leading more towards the Seattle place. There's a lot of Guamanians out in Seattle, you know that, but enjoy the game. We will see you there on Super Monday. Here are your birthday shout-outs for Super Bowl weekend.
Okay, guys, this year's NFL champion is either going to be the Patriots or the Seahawks. We know that. But when it's your birthday, we celebrate that every single year because you are awesome. And on Friday, let's all say happy birthday to Krina Sudo. Happy birthday to you, Krina. We are celebrating your beautiful spirit, your unique bond with us, your genuine love, and your joyful smile, which are always a blessing. And your family and friends say, we love you. Bula.
I don't know what I've been told.
I don't know what I've been told.
Someone here is getting old.
Someone here is getting old.
Your Cold Stone Creamery birthday cake winner
for this week goes to...
And this week's birthday club winner is the very, very special Therese Iglesias, who is going to get a message from us to let her know when she can head out to Cold Stone Creamery, meet the amazing ice cream artists over there, and they're going to sing to you too, guaranteed. And let them know, say, hey, I'm this week's winner. Please connect me with my prize. So Therese, congratulations again, and we hope you enjoy your ice cream cake. Want to wish your special someone a happy birthday? Just click the QR code here on your screen or email birthdayclub@kuam.com.
Have a good weekend, everybody. We'll see you on Monday.
It's the One Micronesia Show, brought to you by Bank of Hawaii. Reach your possible.
Ali, Mogitin, Hafide Zan Tiro, Rananim Kasaleri Lengmo, and Yakwe. Happy New Year and welcome back to another episode of the One Micronesia Show. Now, before we get to the big show, I'd like to give a huge shout out to my new sponsors, Bank of Hawaii. Thank you so much. Mahalo, Sejuas Maasi, and Kamagal. So here we go. We kick things off with Pohnpeian doctor and now author, Dr. Joseph. Check it out. Our first guest is Dr. Jalkin Joseph, a medical doctor whose path to medicine began in Pohnpei, continued through Guam and to military service, and ultimately led to becoming an American doctor. Dr. Joseph recently published his book, Becoming an American Doctor, a deeply personal account of perseverance, identity, and purpose. We began our conversation by talking about how the idea of writing this book came to life.
So, I wanted to write the book because I wanted to share my experience with our community, the Micronesian community, and hopefully inspire the next generation of Micronesians to pursue the careers in medicine and hopefully become a doctor, because we are in severe need of doctors in Micronesia and elsewhere where our people are living, especially like Guam, Hawaii, or the mainland. So it's unfortunate that we don't have a lot of role models and a lot of physicians who are trained in the US, because, to be honest with you, we have a lot of smart people in Micronesia. We just don't have the pathway that is well established for us to follow, or we don't have role models, like I said. So one of my motivation is that, when I realized that I was the second Pohnpeian to ever graduate from a US medical school, it kind of hurts me a little bit, because it's not because we are not smart enough to become doctors. It's just that, there's not a lot of opportunities. And I realized that between the first guy that became a doctor here, the guy's name is Dr. Leandro Albert. He graduated from the same medical school that I went to in 1982 when I was 1 year old. And when I graduated from medical school, I was 37 years old. So it's been like a 36-year span since another person or another Pohnpeian graduated from a US medical school. So I was like, man, that is something that we really need to address and fix in the future. So that plays a lot into me writing the book, just to make sure that, I'm sharing my journey with the Micronesians and hopefully providing some things that I did well and some of the mistakes that I did, and hopefully so that they don't have to make the same mistakes. So,
in the book, Dr. Joseph shares many challenges he faced navigating new environments, cultural expectations, and the demanding path of medicine.
Yeah, so the book, basically talk about my entire livelihood, right? I'm still young, I'm in my 40s, but it talked about my upbringing in Pohnpei from a modest beginning, right? So it talks about some of the influences that I had growing up. I talk about my family and my friends and my educational system, but I felt like I have to give context of Pohnpei, Micronesia, and FSM to the outside audience, right? Because if you're not familiar with that, my story probably won't make sense to you. So I spent the first chapter talking about our history of our island and our country and why it's relevant to the United States. And I talked about the fact that a lot of Micronesians migrated outside of Micronesia into the US for better opportunities, education, and joining the military, which I did all of those. So I kind of took like a traditional pathway that most young Micronesians take. I just got lucky at the end because I had some discipline and I was good in school. So therefore I was able to get into medical school and become a doctor and finish all the training. The book itself, it is good because it talks about success, but it also highlighted some of the challenges that I face and the things that I wish that I did better when I was a child. And hopefully that message will linger on to the other Micronesian students who are wishing to follow the same path, to tell them that to start doing things now before they reach medical school.
We spoke about his recent visit to his home in Pohnpei, a meaningful trip that allowed him to reflect on how far he's come and the roots that continue to ground him.
Well, it's every time I'm planning a trip back home, I'm always happy because I get to see my family and my parents. My parents are still living there, so it's always a positive thing for me every time I go back home. But I have to admit, this trip is a little bit different because in the book, the last chapter of the book, I talked about the healthcare in Pohnpei, and I talked about the issues that we're having at the hospital, and I also talked about some of the solutions that we can do. In addition to increasing funding and buying more equipment and a CAT scan machine, one of the most important that we can do is increase the number of physicians that are working at the hospital. And since we are very short in physicians in Micronesia, one of the programs that helped us in the past is the PPMOT program, or Medical Officer Training Program. So that trip was previously planned before I published the book. The book just happened to publish around the same time that I'm making the trip. So I kind of worked work the book into my schedule already. So my trip is very packed with meetings. And in between the meetings, I was able to talk to some folks and show them the book and talk about the book a little bit. But the main purpose of the trip was to go down there and try to talk to the stakeholders in Pohnpei and within the national government, and to try to elicit their appetite for restarting the new program, right? So I was very humble because we were very well received by the community. We went to meet the national government. We met with the Assistant Secretary of Health. We presented our proposal and presented some of the data that we had from the previous program, and everybody agreed that we need to do something now, because if we don't, then our scenario will just get worse in the future. But other than the national government, we also had a chance to meet with the governor and talk about the same thing. We also met with the state legislatures, talked to the speaker of the Pohnpei State Legislature, and also we went to the hospital, toured the hospital, and talked to the medical director, or the Department of Health director. And we also met with the doctors that are working at the hospital and kind of chat with them a little bit, ask them their opinions about the program or things that they needed. So I would say that it was a successful trip because we were given the opportunity to learn what they think about the program. And I would say that we're on the right path. and there's a lot of excitement behind it. So hopefully we'll continue on this momentum, and hopefully something will turn out within the next 5 years or so. But it will take a lot of political will and sacrifice and a whole lot of money for us to restart the program. But like I said, I mentioned it in the book that I wanted to start the program, and I went down there to try to advocate for the program. So I felt like, I just didn't put that idea in the book. That's not an idea. It's a goal that I wanted to do. So I was very, like I said, I'm very happy that I was able to do it and do it in that manner that worked out well for us and for the community.
Yeah. So yeah, the book itself, it's on Amazon. However, if you can't buy it or afford it, and I can give it away for free, because my goal is to share the message, and the message is the most important thing. But I would like to say that one more thing. It's to become a doctor, it takes a lot of work and sacrifice, right? So one of the things that I want to mention here is that, when before I went to medical school, I was in the Imiahola program, and I spent a year in that program. And that program is very good for our people, because that's the program that has worked for us for the past 30 years. It's a highly competitive program that requires pure dedication and discipline. So when I was in that program, I missed the birth of my son. And I didn't see my son until my son was already 4 months old, because if I have to fly back home and see him, I will lose a lot of time and focus. And so therefore we decided that I couldn't do that. Instead, I would stay on in Hawaii and study, which I did, and I ended up being successful. But it just goes to show it's not easy. It takes a lot of discipline, dedication, but it's well worth it, because being a doctor, the most rewarding job out there, because you get to help out your neighbors, your family, and it's a very rewarding job. And it's something that it's well worth it to pursue, especially if you want to be in that career field. So
Dr. Joseph's story is a testament to what's possible when determination meets purpose, and a powerful reminder for Micronesian youth that their dreams are valid no matter where they begin. If you get a chance to read that book, either a physical copy or a digital copy, go ahead and do so, because it's such an inspiring one, and I'm pretty sure you'd enjoy it. Guys, we're going to take a break, and we'll be back with more of the One Micronesia Show.
It's the One Micronesia Show, brought to you by Bank of Hawaii. Reach your possible.
Now, for a limited time, get our largest pizza at our lowest price. Just $9.99 for our classic New York-style pizza. It's 30% larger than our large, and at only $9.99 for carryout. Don't wait. Order now at your Island Pizza Hut.
It's the One Micronesia Show, brought to you by Bank of Hawaii. Reach your possible.
And we're back. The show continues, and this time we talk to Chamorro visual artist Gillian Duenas. Check it out. Our second guest is Gillian Duenas, a Chamorro visual artist and a student whose work has been exhibited across the United States, Hawaii, and Guam. Most recently, Gillian was selected as one of 6 Micronesian artists featured in the Ocean of Peace exhibition at the Maui Arts and Cultural Center, an exhibition highlighting Micronesian voices through multiple artistic disciplines. We started by asking Gillian how her love for art first began.
Growing up, as a little girl, I always loved to draw. In kindergarten, when I learned how to read, I started to illustrate and write my own picture books, and I would bring them to class with me, and my teacher would let me share them with the class. So even as far back as I can remember, I really loved to make art and storytell in that way. After I graduated high school, I was kind of going through a really rough time, and also just trying to connect with my Chamorro identity, and also just figure out who I was as a person in general. And so when I started college, art was a really big medicine for me in that way, and a way for me to connect with others in the diaspora and others back home, and yeah, just learn more about our legacy of storytelling as Chamorros, learning about the pottery designs and the cave drawings, and our ancient and traditional jewelry. So yeah, once I was in college and started to become more of a young adult, I really took art more seriously, and yeah, here I am today.
Gillian's journey reflected both growth and intention, using art as a way to express identity, culture, and lived experience. Being chosen to participate in the Ocean of Peace exhibition was a moment of pride, not just personally but collectively. The exhibition brought together artists from across Micronesia, creating space for connection, representation, and storytelling.
So our exhibition at the Maui Arts and Cultural Center, that's the first exhibition that's been in that space that features all Micronesian artists. And I think one of the really cool things, out of the many really cool things about the space, is that we have like weaving and carving, and then like other traditional media like charcoal painting, but also like digital painting. And I think it really reflects how we do carry forth our traditions and our old stories, but bring them forward into a contemporary context and show that, yeah, we are contemporary peoples, and we are expanding the ways that our ancestors were creative and the ways that they created art. And yeah, being able to talk to folks at the exhibition space, local people on Maui, and yeah, getting to talk to them about our stories and like the things that are reflected in our particular pieces, and then being able to see like, wow, we do something really similar, or that's a very similar cultural value that we have, like with the weaving and stuff, and just the different animals that are important to us in our islands. And yeah, so being able to build those connections through the artwork and talking about it with the folks that are engaging with it has been really special.
We also talked about what this opportunity meant for her as a Micronesian artist and how it continues to shape her creative direction.
I think we're all trying to forge this path where we are addressing like the lateral violence and the ways that we've hurt one another, and trying to mend those wounds, because yeah, at the end of the day, we have genealogical ties that go back thousands and thousands of years, and we need to remember that and to honor that. And we have so much to learn from one another and celebrate with one another. So yeah, I hope this is just one of many more to come of spaces like that.
Looking ahead, Gillian shared her hopes for the future, continuing to create, learn, and contribute to spaces where Micronesian art is seen, valued, and respected.
Well, I'll be finishing my master's program in Pacific Island Studies at UH Manoa, so I'm very excited for that. Hoping to continue my academic journey, and we'll see if that pans out. But yeah, I definitely want to continue doing more community art projects. This last year I had the honor and privilege of doing 3 different community mural and what's it called, mosaic projects with students, middle school students and community college students in Hawaii. So I hope to do more of that kind of work. I think that's what really motivates me, is getting to share that gift of creating with others and seeing especially young people get excited about creating art and storytelling. So hopefully more of that, but you know, I'll just, whatever opportunities come my way, I will try my best to seize them and make the most of them.
Through her work, Gillian reminds us that art is more than expression. It's preservation, resistance, and legacy.
I love our people so much. I think we are so beautiful and intelligent and innovative and inspiring, and I know it can be hard to feel like that in a lot of spaces, but you know, I think when we find each other and are able to hold each other through those difficult things, it makes it a lot easier.
Thank you so much, Gillian, for your time. And guys, if you guys want to go follow her and support her, go do so on her social media. Guys, I want to take a break and we'll be back with more of One Micronesia Show.
It's the One Micronesia Show, brought to you by Bank of Hawaii. Reach your possible.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location